Force is with me. I am one with the Force. Hey guys, thank you for being with me today for another video. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, man. I'll be covering all things Star Wars for the foreseeable future. We got The Mandalorian, The Rise of Skywalker, Jedi Fallen Order coming out. If any of that you're interested in, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Before we get started, I kind of want to address my current state with Star Wars Resistance. I've had two previous videos on it, the first of which was kind of showing my disappointment to the series up until Season 2, and I did a review for the first episode of Season 2. Both videos really came across as negative, but the fact that I'm doing this review series of the second season is because I do have faith in the animated series. I do believe in the stories that they can tell, and I have faith that they're going to continue to pick this up. And as we see with this second episode, it really picked up where that first episode left off. I gotta give it up, man. I was upset after that first episode, but they really came with it with this one. I thought that the first episode didn't really take us anywhere. It was just kind of an aftermath of what happened in the finale of the first season, and didn't really build up too much excitement with what's to come. But this episode, man, we got it. So Cass and the team, the Colossus, they find the car. They see that there's been a battle that's taking place there. Tons of wrecked ships. I didn't even think about it. I know the tie, the car and the Resistance in that fight, but then they find the Dreadnought. I wasn't even thinking that that's the Dreadnought that they took down, the bombing squad on The Last Jedi. And that was really one of the strongest moments of this episode for me, was the tie-in to some of the movies, which is exactly what I've been waiting for. Not only did we get, the car, they're seeing the aftermath of the Battle of the Car, but they're dealing with coaxium, which isn't new, but just in the way that it's displayed and the characters understanding what it is, it's just like the Solo movie. And then Kaz, when he catches the coaxium from falling down, it's very reminiscent of The Last Jedi, the opening scene there, where Rose's sister, catches I forget what it was, but she rarely catches it. I think it's the remote at the last second. It's perfect. I loved it. But even before that in episode, we get something that I think is going to lead into whatever the climax of this season is, or maybe a mid-season thing. But we get to see Kaz's father, who's still alive. Him and his family are still alive. They were not on Hosnian Prime when it was destroyed. They had found, safety on another planet. I have to look into exactly where they went, but they're fine. And Kaz's father sends a message out to him, warning them to stay away from the car and that war has been declared. So who knows with that? Maybe his dad is, with the Resistance. Maybe he's gonna stir some things up or be able to help out the Resistance moving forward. Since they have such little numbers. But who knows? That's really exciting stuff. I don't know where that's gonna lead. But hey. Next, I want to talk about Taz. I found what they did with her very interesting. We see that she has to give the message that Kaz gives her over to the First Order. Well, she kind of is told, well, if you don't give it to him, I'm going to have to rat you out. So she tells them, and you see the First Order, how they try to manipulate her. It was a great dynamic. We don't always get to see this stuff. That's why I love the series, the episode by episode format, where they really get to dive into each characters and all the sides, what they're thinking. But we get to see how the First Order is going to play this out with her. They know that these are her friends, and they want to use that to their advantage, but while also keeping her, there's a quote given by, this gold trooper you see behind me there. He's like, she's not conditioned yet. We all know the stormtrooper background. They need to be conditioned and trained and brainwashed to a sense. And he's like, she's not conditioned yet. And his leader's like, no, that might be the best thing for her. Let her keep her emotional ties with her friends so that we can kind of feed off of that and find out where her friends may be hiding. And as you see, that might be something they're able to capitalize on in the future. In this episode, she leads them right to the car. There's a space battle between, the Dreadnought and the First Order and the Colossus, which the Colossus barely escapes with that coaxium, and it's great, great imagery. Quick side note, I did want to mention the animation just for Resistance as a whole. Again, I had heard so many things about it, the initial trailer for the first season, but as the second season was coming around, I was, catching up on it. The animation is the furthest thing from the problem, just to say that and get that out the way. It actually does look good. But anyway, back on topic. This was just a great episode, just the dynamic between the characters, how the episode weaves it all together. Again, the tie-in with the movies, things we've seen like Coaxium, The Last Jedi scene, the ramifications of The Last Jedi, that battle with the Dreadnought there on the car. And now we're in this period. I've been wanting to get here. We are in the Last Jedi time period right now, and you know, who knows what we're gonna see next. Some people might know this a little better than me, but I don't really have an expectation on where, you know, timeline wise this series is gonna end, or this season. But man, I mean, I think the possibilities are endless right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, again, after my last episode, I thought it was kind of predictable, maybe that Tam was gonna do whatever. And again, I think that they're playing with her so well that, like, even if she does, maybe she's gonna always keep her loyalties to her friends. I don't think we know how that's gonna end up manifesting itself. Like, maybe even her helping and doing what she needs to do for her friends might actually end up being the worst thing for them in the end. Like, seeing what they did in this episode, I could see them working that out somehow. But again, I'm excited for this. You know, I'll be reviewing this each and every week. You guys look after that. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Send out to any other Star Wars fans, you know, anyone interested in the series. I think this is really going to kick up, you know, and drive some hype for some of the things coming up later on this year. Let me know what you think about Resistance in this episode, where you think this is going. I know some of you guys probably have theories about where this is going to lead and what's going to happen with some of the characters you've been introduced to. Let me know in the comments section. I'll be back with you guys. I'll have some videos for you this week, and definitely next week for the Resistance. All right.